All right, so I did a video already where I drilled down a little bit more around the 8 things. I had to do it really fast. I'm using this tool. I only have 5 minutes really to try to get everything in. So I was boom, 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 saying all the things. But really, the thing that I wanted to kind of focus on the most, that I'm excited about as far as like an opportunity, is just around this idea of marketing and advertising, which every business has to do. I'll rewind the clock and tell you a little bit more about why I chose to go into digital marketing. So I had basically a youth sports kind of camp where we went on site to help basically preschoolers do sports and activities, just stay active. We did even things like karate. So I worked in that franchise. I started out as just a instructor. I ended up becoming an area manager. And then from an area manager, I actually left that position because I didn't think it was stable. And I came back because the other position I took wasn't stable. So I talked with the leadership there and they said, hey, everything's great. You come back, you can still crush it and do all the things. And I was laid off about 3 months later. So needless to say, that sparked a lot of the entrepreneurial spirit within me. There's nothing like that accidental entrepreneur that you hear a lot about. And I talk with a lot on podcasts. But anyways, the reason I bring all that up is to give you a little bit more context because I had relationships with some of the preschoolers. I was laid off and I said, okay, let me just go in on the things that I want to do. So I started to do a lot of freelance writing. I started to do everything from being an adjunct professor to teaching at some of these schools. I had probably about 45 or so kids that were in the program. And I also started the digital marketing company. So I did all these things all at the same time. But I would constantly be exhausted just from doing too much and really being stretched in so many different ways. So I was kind of faced with the opportunity I faced with the hard decision of choosing a lane, and the lane that I chose was a digital marketing business. The reason I chose it is because I felt like it was so foundational. It will be able to open up doors to many other opportunities. 10 years, 11 years later, this is where I'm at. And this is where I see the franchise brokering as such a big opportunity because one of the things that came up so many times is basic lead generation, and also a content creation, which is more of the organic creation, the organic opportunity to be able to inform the clients you want to work with. And even the phrase of within the conference of the leadership saying we are a media company, and that's something that I've been preaching for years and years and years, is that every business is a media business is a media company, and if you approach that, you step into that, it's going to set you up. So the reason I bring that up and I wanted to drill down a little bit more about that is because as you are starting a business, you have to really, I think, learn those basic foundational things. And you can learn all the things, but I'm really biased where I feel like marketing is something that is one of the most core and important things. Marketing and sales probably right there. Marketing is basically the opportunity for you to get leads that you can sell. Sales is, of course, is an important part because you have to not just market things, you have to actually have them convert to paying clients or paying candidates or whatever phrase you might use. But I think that and one of the things I've been doing is, listening to Alex Hormozzi's book on leads and $100 million leads. And it really talks around what I've even seen throughout this process. Like we have like basically like an 8 or 9 step process of someone that is going through the process to become a franchisee. But that first part is all around leads. You can't take the next steps unless you have leads and opportunities. So when I hear this over and over again and I see what's happening where people are paying for leads $50 to $150 per lead, it tells you a lot around where the industry is. And that's where I see the biggest gap and opportunity. And one of the things that I encourage you to do is define what those gaps and opportunities might be within your organization. I think a lot of it sometimes is marketing and advertising related, whether it be using a different platform that somebody else isn't using and the way that you're going to use it, or just going about things in a different way. But look for marketing and advertising as one of those big gaps for you to be able to execute. And that's, as I go through this process, I'm looking, I'm mining the content, I'm seeing what people are doing, and I'm finding gaps that we can create content or something more to be able to leverage and serve our clients and candidates that we want to work with. So just think about it, find the gap, look at that marketing and advertising because you will need it for your business. Leads are going to help to build a foundation towards where you want to be. So see how you can leverage that as much as possible to be successful. So that's it. Made it in the 5 minutes, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more to say about that.